Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. You never know where you're going to find me. You never know where you're going to find me, but I'm back here, back in the man cave, and I need to start getting this place ready for the football season. We are sitting here, and literally, we only have 2 weeks and a day, 15 days before the season starts. Now, the Cowboys don't play, of course, until that Sunday. But seriously, we're going to be watching football for real 2 weeks from tomorrow. And the Dallas Cowboys, they have their last practice today and tomorrow. In Oxnard, they play against the Chargers. And then they head on back to Dallas and make their cuts. And the season is on. Now, for me, I hope that the Cowboys get CeeDee Lamb signed. I would say this weekend is critical to get CeeDee Lamb signed, just so that way you can start on, the practice next week after you do the cuts, when you've got the team down, to start doing some work before the season starts to get them in shape and get them ready. You don't want them to just basically show up game day and get out there and play and pull something. But we're not going to deal with that situation right now. We have talked about CeeDee Lamb ad nauseum, and what I'm coming to find out is, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. People are going to bitch. I was on the Dan Saleo show, and, it used to be everybody said, all you do is talk about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott goes, I hope you go with him because you ain't no real Cowboy fan. You just a fan of Dak Prescott. Okay, so I've started believing in Mozzie Smith on the defensive side of the ball. So I've been doing content about him, getting you to know and understand what that guy's got to do. And I get trashed for that. All you talk about is Mozzie Smith and Dak Prescott. Oh, my God. Seriously, people? Seriously. So let me go back and talk about Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons has set some really lofty goals here. I tell you what, let's listen to it, and then I'm going to comment about my thoughts about Micah Parsons going into the season. Let's go.
Well, I'd like to have more than 14 sacks. I always like to beat them every year. Force about 5 fumbles, get an interception, be defensive player of the year. I'm looking forward to actually playing Lamar. This is my first year playing them, so I'm looking forward to Baltimore coming down and Cleveland. Like that whole AFC division, I didn't play them yet, except for the Bengals. So I'm looking forward to playing that side. Dang, that's a good question. I like to see one in Africa. Minnesota's dope.
The Lion in Africa.
So I think those is like top 2 favorite places. Even when I train and stuff like this, I like to go off good isn't good enough if it can be better, and better isn't good enough if it can be the best. One thing I would tell my younger stuff is that you don't need others' approval to be extraordinary. I would say Ray Lewis. He's probably the most motivational person I ever met. Lane and Trent has been pretty good matchups for me. Always be comfortable. Never wear anything too tight, and be comfortable to your own style. Obviously, over 100 sacks in my career. I would like to beat all DeMarcus Ware's records. Him and Aaron Donald and Zach Martin's on a crazy streak, so I got to try to stay healthy for like 12 or 13 years. I want to be like their Pro Bowl, consecutive Pro Bowl, all-pro records.
Okay. There you have it. That's some serious shit right there. 14 and a half sacks. He wants to play. He can't wait to play against Lamar Jackson. Wants to get all of DeMarcus Ware's records. I think it's 21 and a half sacks in a season. So I'd like to see that. But now, here's the thing that I'm going to say, and I've said this before, and some of you who watch me on a regular who are subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and hit the like button and stuff, because we're getting here at football season. We've gone through the off season where it's been literally hell to talk about good, positive stuff about the Cowboys, because there hasn't been any good, positive stuff in this off season. So with that being said, it's time to get ready to rock and roll. I've already listened to the Philly 500 says we're going to be 2-5 to start the season. 2-5. Okay, and they're going to be done. You can stick a fork in them now. They're done. Okay, be that as it may. But I'm going to say, from my own personal observations of being there for that week and seeing what we see on the internet with Micah Parsons, that Micah Parsons is developing and growing and becoming a true team leader. A true team leader. Seeing him out there. So, I wonder if this was partially that after the dust cleared from Malik Hooker having his conversation and saying, you're great and all that, but, you're doing the podcast and things and, we're not stopping the run and stuff. If Micah has taken that kind of personally to become a better leader, because ultimately it doesn't matter how good you are as an individual on a team sport. If you aren't able to get the other guys going in the same direction with you, or if somebody else is screwing up, then it ain't going to work, bro. It ain't going to work. You need everybody there together. Micah Parsons, Philly 500, I'm sure, is laughing about the idea of getting 20 sacks in a season. If you have the supporting cast, you can do it. But you can't be the only good player on the defensive front and think that you're going to get 20 sacks. And that's where he realizes, I get better when Mozzie gets better. I get better when Osa and Digazua gets better. I get better when a Marshawn Nealon gets better. And he's working with all of these guys. You see him being that guy that seems to be the team leader, that guy that is patting people on the back, who's running the sprints with them after practice and things, and trying to make them to be the best players that they can be. And I hope that pays dividends. Now, we have been trashed so much that when you think about how many negative things they've said about Dak and Mike McCarthy and the free agency moves and Zeke Elliott and about the players that we lost, if you listen to that, the expectation should be that, you're going to be a 4-win team this year. But I think they're going to be way wrong. I think they're going to be way, way wrong. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, because I've had seasons where I thought that the Cowboys were going to be a bad team, but I kind of tried to be hopeful and positive on it, and ended up being a bad team. But I don't feel that way. I honestly believe that this group of guys is actually going to be a nice mix. Now, I'm not going to be Philly 500 who says that the Eagles, that nothing short of the NFC Championship game is acceptable basically for him. I'm not ready to go ahead and say that, since the Cowboys haven't done that in 30 years, but I am going to say that this team is going to be better than what the talking heads have come up and said that they're going to be. What will they be? Well, depends on a lot of different factors. Health, the ball bouncing the right way, playing teams at the right time. It's hard to win in the NFL. It is very, very hard to hard to win in the NFL. And I hope Micah Parsons gets all of those records. I truly do. So, Micah, you definitely want to keep motivating those guys around you. As always, good people, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. I'll see you guys real soon, hopefully with some news about CeeDee Lamb being signed. Peace.